a gap here. I was asked to make a sort of quick setup from scratch sort of video. So we are going to start from the top-down template and set up a very simple minimap and a normal map. Let's start with making the minimap. Let's make a simple widget. Let's add the map. Let's put this in the top right corner. That should be fine for size. Let's wrap this into border, so we have a background. Of course, if you have a proper map background, then you can use this, use that in the background image. As for the settings, we don't really need zoom or pen this time. Categories are also not required. We are going to pen the center to the pawn, but we are going to do it in every tick, so we don't really need this one. Let's look into the graph. We are going to use the construct, and we are going to we're going to use the getAllActors of class because this is just a tutorial. As I said in the showcase video, you might want to use something a bit more sophisticated and something that you can actually add new actors. So if you have a mob spawner or something, you can use that to have an array of the mobs or something. But for the tutorial, we are going to use the this node. We are going to iterate through it, and we are going to add an actor dynamic icon for every one of them. And we are going to use the dust texture, for example, with a reddish tint. And we are going to set up a category for mobs, but we really don't need this unless we want to actually have some sort of menu for modifying this. And for the character, we are going to use similarly an add, not quite similar, we are going to use the rotation actor dynamic icon. And we are going to need to set up something for this, but let's set up the node first. So we are going to use the player arrow. We are going to use the player pawn of the widget. Category, we are going to set player, but as I said, this is not really required right now. And so the thing is, if we tested it now, we of course need to actually, let's use the controller if we have one. Do we have a begin play yet? No. So we are going to create a widget, minimap. We are going to use the self for this. And we are going to add this to the viewport. Now if we run it like this, then you will notice, oh, sorry, we didn't set up the penning. We are going to just use the pentapawn here. Oops. So if you notice, the icon is looking towards the right side, and if we move upwards, sort of, then so it's rotated 90 degrees pretty much. And this is because if you consider the map, then the y-axis is upwards and the x-axis is sideways. And in case of the map, the camera is looking towards the x-axis, so this is the x-axis. So, for example, we can solve this by setting the camera, not this one, but the spring arm to minus 90 degrees, and in that case, as you will see, it will rotate properly. Or we could perhaps, although I did not test this, rotate the map, perhaps. We're going to test this quickly. To 90 degrees, and it might work, but it will rotate the other icons. Okay, never mind. So you stick to the camera version. This is only an issue when you have a fixed camera that's looking some way. So, for example, in a third-person view or a first-person view, this is not an issue. Only here. Okay. So that should be it for the minimap. Yeah, I forgot to set this back. Okay. Okay, now let's make the normal map. Oops. Oh, we should name it something differently. Normal map. So here we are going to use it in a bit differently, a bit different way. Let's use this anchor, and well, let's do this in let's make this into a normal map. I mean a full screen map. We are going to use this fake background. I know this is ugly, but for just testing purposes. We want to make it zoomable and panable. And we will modify the settings a bit later maybe, but for now this should be fine. And let's add a few things. So we are going to, well, we should probably have something more static, but let's do the same for now. Let's add a few actors. Guitar. Mobs first. Oops. We're going to roll with the same setup. We will add a few more things later, but let's go into the controller and let's use the M key, which is somewhere. Oh, there they were. So we're going to create the normal map. Add this to the viewport. Set the focus to UI only. And we are going to set the, what was it, show mouse cursor. So in this case, if we press the M, we get this map. We can pan around, we can zoom around. We can't exit from it yet because we focused on the widget, so let's just quickly set that one up here. We press a key, up, for example, if this is the button, then we can remove from parent. We should probably, well, this should be fine for now. Get only player. And we are going to return with, oops, with a handled sign. And in this case, we are going to use an unhandled. Alright, so that should... we are not getting focus immediately, which should be solved by... Actually, I still need the... interesting, because it should be in focus right away, but oh well. I'm not sure why do we need to click in it first, but we need to set this back to this one. Oops. Oh, I should have used the key up actually, or the key down. Because we are currently quitting from the map right away. Actually, we are going to use the released here, and that should solve the problem. Oops, I don't want simulation. Ah, nice. So now we can pen and we are in focus right away. Okay, let's add a few more things, I guess. We can once again add, let's add the center now in a different way with a static icon. Let's use that icon. Player. Player pawn. And we are going to set this actually to pent pawn. Come here. Things are different. So yeah. And if we want to change things here, then we can. Let's change the zoom speed to something quicker. Let's limit the zoom. I don't know. Oh, let's set the categories. So we have the mobs. Actually, let's roll with player first. Was it player or players? Player. The bush on side should be fine. And let's set the mobs as well. Alright. Let's try them. Now we can hide the player and the mobs. And, well, I think that should be fine for now. Oh, we don't give back the... where are we? we might want to use the not sure if that's the problem, but something is. Yeah, now it works fine. Okay, so I think that should be fine for a quick tutorial. Tell me if you have something that's not clear, and I'll try to do a follow-up on that. Thanks, bye.